first of the quarterfinals. As you see there in green, Colin Kelly from the Isle of Man versus Dave Gwilliam. At the moment it's 16-12 to Colin Kelly. Joining me in the commentary is Lynn. Afternoon, Lynn.
Good afternoon, Mel.
You warm enough?
Yeah, it's must be topping 90 again, I would think, today, Mel.
In our preview here we just had with Keith Rudman. He was saying how well Dave Gwilliam's doing, but at the moment, you see that, another 2 down, 2 to the black bowls. Colin Kelly, up and all the man, 18-12 in front.
Yeah, as Keith said, Colin was the bookies' favourite in this quarter-final match at 5-1, and at 18-12 is in a bit of a commanding lead at the moment.
And Colin's played very well. We saw him in the last round put out Kerry Morris. He's got a lot of form on the green. Kerry played well to qualify, but Colin exceptionally well played to put out Kerry on 21-13. So now you see him leading out, left-hander Colin Kelly. He's coming along this edge, and it's a difficult edge, Lynn, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You've just got to get up that ridge there where Colin's bowl has gone. But it's all about stopping now. He's gone. Yeah, really hard mark this that he's playing.
That's one of the quicker parts of the green, isn't it?
It is. You've just got to get up there, get up the bank. Dave Bowl's just climbing now.
There's the yellow bowl coming over.
This is a good bowl here from Dave Gwilliam. It's going to take some beating, Mel, that is, with the condition of the green.
Just a yard short. So this green's got several crowns on it, hasn't it, Lynn? You have to sort of just get over the top and they run. And this bowl's nearly gone off again. Needs a bit of luck. He's fortunate there, Colin.
Yeah, referee's just going to... Yeah, Dave's asking the referee.
Colin's bowl would have gone off again. It would have been left a simple 2 for Dave. Now they're going to ask the ref who's in. Colin just having a look.
Yeah, Colin's just said that Dave's in. He's just got to be careful not to have any connection on Colin's bowl, really, Mel. The slightest connection and it goes in.
Oh, and he don't want to be knocking his own off.
Oh,
disaster. That's when your luck's out. The line one went up for 2. Just turned his own ball over into the gutter. It's put Colin Kelly, the man from all the man, on 19.
Just what he didn't want, Mel. Go for another slight touch on his own and it was off.
What's interesting here, Lynn, is tactically. I mean, Colin went these 2 corners, not the 2 corners he fancies. He played along this edge, got into there, and now he's into the corners where he did so well against Kerry Morris.
Yeah, he played Kerry on this mark, as you say, last 16 match, and played very well. Fair lead there from Colin, probably just a yard short. What a punch up into that corner, Mel, isn't it? It's all,
he's
all
left
uphill.
It. Oh, it's a long way short, Dave. Just how you hit these crowns, isn't it, Lynn?
Yeah, it is. It really does. It really does change the run of your bowl if you just hit one of the crowns the wrong way.
Well, there's line 2 there. Game on at the moment. Them 2 for a place in the semi-final of the Oceanico Masters. What can Dave say?
Dave just needs to make sure he's reached. And if he can get by Colin's bowl, and he has, a length bowl from Dave Gwilliam. Good bowl.
His son Gareth there saying, come on Dad, go up a gear. 13-19. As you know, Lynn, on here, jack in hand, you can have little breaks.
Yep, we've seen it time and time again. On a green like this, lose the jack for a couple of ends, and it's mighty difficult. Dave now needs to find some of his form that he had in the qualifying stages, in the group of death as it was known. Played really well all week, Dave.
So he's put a lot of time on. He's been on here with his son Gareth. Spent hours on the green, haven't they?
Yep, as we know, you only get out this game what you put in. And as you rightly say, Dave has spent a lot of time on here. with his son Gareth.
Didn't do Gareth a lot of good, did it? He got beat.
Yeah. Yeah, Gareth losing out. First round.
Let's make the trip. Colin's bowl mode just got in there, it?
Yep, yeah, there's a yard of room for Dave. Bowl's coming up now, but I'm not so sure he's reaching now. No, poor bowl.
Should be a chance for a simple 2 here for Colin.
Yeah, by Dave's standards, I'll be disappointed with that. Colin's coming in, game, set and match. Yeah, Dave concedes.
There we have the first man through to the semi-final of the Oceanico Masters. It's Colin Kelly from the Isle of Man, with a 21-12 victory. His partner Dan Ferris from Stoke. So he's had a lot of games on the green. Jack, first visit here.
Yeah, good bowl from Colin Beeman.
Good bowl there
Real
from Colin.
Good bowl.
Colin's qualified for this by this event, virtue of winning the Spring Waterloo back in May.
Yeah, both first time visitors out here to the Algarve Mill. Both of them really enjoying the week. And why wouldn't you? Such a wonderful setting, gorgeous weather. Made for bowling, isn't it?
I bet that's perfect, yeah. Wasn't made for me and you, that's why we're up here. Oh well, it's always next year. Colin Beaman, 18-11 in front. He's Jack. Colin's got a good lead there, and Jack's following us up. Seems to like it. Can miss the short ball.
Colin's ball.
Just run in the back. Not a bad crowd here today, Lynn, really. Thought one or two might have been off down the beach instead of watching the bowls. There's a few come up to see it.
Yeah. Well, these competitions need desperately to be supported, don't they, Mel, if they're going to continue. And what Crane Green player wouldn't want to come out and play on these greens?
Fire in here, watching it. Oh, I don't know quite what he's done there. He certainly took one bowl of Collins out. No signal from Colin.
Just while we're waiting for, yeah, Jack signalled one.
One to Jack. Back to 18-12.
18.
Good bowl there, Jack.
Yeah, Jack's just played a really good second bowl there. Maybe line 2.
I'll make out the score. I think it's 19-14,
It's
is it?
19-14
to Colin Beeman.
Beeman.
And Colin's played at these and he's watching it. He hasn't left the footer. Good effort. 2 to Jack.
Game on now.
Yeah, and there's young Jack. He's got a great temperament, this young man.
He's a young man with a very old head.
He is, yeah.
Nice lad, Jack.
19-16 to Beeman. As we said earlier as well, it's a green you can have little runs on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Jack's just chopping the length down now. I think he's nearly lost the Jack. Close to the edge.
The bowl needs to start stopping. Just going to go.
Just trickle off. And Colin just needs to keep this one on the green. Make Jack play off at it again.
Yeah, this bowl's not going off.
And that's a good bowl. 4 or 5 feet short, but Jack's just got to be careful. Can't send it off again, otherwise it's all over. And he's not short.
Just needs to get by.
Can it stop?
Yeah, good bowl.
Oh, good ball.
Good bowl from Jack. And Colin's going to strike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Here comes. Again, he's watching it. Done the jack. And he took a spectator with him as well. Oh, good hit there from Colin.
Yeah.
There's Colin from Neil Bryce and St George's. And this is a tough mark Jack's playing here, just over this biggest of the several crowns on the green. It's a yard short. That's a good bowler, Collins there. It's game on. 2012.
Still probably room.
Oh, Jack left it. That's it. That's it. It's all over.
No, Colin wants 2. Score is 19-16. You're looking at Gary Ellis.
I'm looking at the wrong scoreboard there.
Too much sun, Mel.
It's a heat, yeah. Well, he's got room for a second anyway. And he just got to match his first.
You can hit him in.
Knock Jack in.
Knock Jack in. Wow. 17-19 as the lead out.
Young Jack there must have thought it's all over. And he's just got a smile on his face there. 17-19. That can be a turning point.
Quite possibly.
Colin there, you got one ball coming in anywhere near his first for victory.
Well, from our position here, Mel, this looks a fair lead from Jack.
Right up here by us, yeah. It's a great ball.
18 inches on the side.
Colin's ball's on its way. Just give up.
Yeah, Colin probably still got the previous end on his mind, knocking Jack in. You've got to forget those ends, haven't you, Mel?
Yeah, every end's a game. And Jack here after this one.
Yeah, he's going in. Made another. 2 good bowls.
This is line 2. This 2 would level it up.
Oh, Colin's further. He might be too far unless he gets a connection.
Oh, game on here.
Yeah.
19 all.
Across. What a game.
Jack back down that corner again, just over this big crown. The ball goes right, left. Just need a length and just that's what he's got.
Yeah. Fair lead. Oh, Colin has certainly reached with this ball.
Swings all around.
Swings, finger peg.
Yeah.
Good ball
Good
from
ball.
Colin Beeman.
It's on the side. Jack can see it. So he needs to play his yard on. It's over the top. Now another chance for Colin for game. Second time he's playing for a place in the semi-final. Needs this one. He's waving it on. Don't think he sent it, does
He
it?
thinks he's short. Big chance there for Colin. Not a lot of danger really. They swing, finger peg, swing right into the jack. 20-19, Colin Beeman leads out for a place in the semi-final against Isle of Man's Colin Kelly.
living dangerously, Colin, isn't he? He had 2 great opportunities now to be in the clubhouse with a nice cold beer. He's still on. I think this is saying run hard, Colin. Willing it on.
Yeah.
Willing it on. He knows he's short.
Big yard there for Jack to get in. Well, is Jack further?
Just give up. Now it's in a dangerous position, Lynn, there, isn't it?
Well, it is, because Colin is only good. He got to hit Jack's bowl and it goes in. There is a crown though that he can probably use.
Let's try another peg.
Yeah, I mean, brave shot really on this green, Mel, because of all the crowns.
Jack's on his way now. Just needs to beat his own bowl.
Yeah, he does. There's a
And he's further.
crown that they swinged off. He could knock his own in and make 2.
He's won it.
Yeah, he's won it.
Oh, again there, Colin. He got one foot in the semi-final, 3 ends. And now he finds himself 20 across. There's a score in the other game at the moment, Lynn. I think Ross Dunkley just got in, I see.
Yeah, 16-18. Ross Dunkley trails Simon Coupe.
During the climax of that game, once we finish this nail biting 20 across.
Well, Jack just needs a length.
He's given Colin a yard. Chiru's in there.
Looking by the speed, Jack needs to be slopping. Yeah, Colin will want to know who's on there. But surprisingly, he's not
Nobody's asked. He's just playing for it. There's no real danger. Well, he's after this, Colin, chasing it up.
Yeah, must win now. Good bowl, Colin Beaman. Colin Beeman wins 21-20.
He lost his firing at those 2 of Simon's there, just underneath. So in that semi-final there, Simon Coupe, quarter-final, sorry. And now 18-15 then, is it?
That's right, 18-15 to Simon Coupe. 2 Collins in the semi-final. Colin Kelly, Colin Beeman.
Ross Dunkley, can you make the trip?
Short, big yard short there.
Perfect land, Lynn.
Yeah, his route was perfect.
Simon Coupe just flying game, Waterloo champion. He's just trying to cover it up, I think. Looks like he's done just that.
He probably needed a slightly better ball, perhaps. 2.5 feet short. I'm not so sure that Ross has sent it. Oh, he's
It
just
scrambled it, it fell back.
go. Simon at the moment giving nothing away.
It was in once, that bowl.
Yeah, just enough, Simon says. 17-20.
Ross certainly needed that one in, didn't it?
Yeah, he just managed to scramble in. His lead's just gone, probably 2 feet behind.
Simon's give up there.
Yeah, I think Ross's first bowl is in there. He's trotting after this one. This looks better. Good ball, Ross Dunkley.
Great shot there. 1 in 2. Well, Simon Coupe is certainly further here, is he?
Probably
Stop quick.
just saved. I think from our camera position here, Mel, I'll favour Ross Dunkley's ball. Yep, there he is.
To Ross.
18, 20.
Another nail biter. Hasn't Ross played well this week though, Lynn?
I was just going to say to you, Mel, he really impressed a lot of people, and certainly if anybody didn't know the name Ross Dunkley before coming to Portugal, they're going to go home knowing what a fine young player this lad is. Warwick and Worcester, his club, Selly Park. First time visitor to the Algarve, his brother Peter. He's made some friends this week, I think Ross has, hasn't he, Mel?
Yeah, a lot of people know who he is, as you say now. He's got a good lead there again.
Yeah, what a good ball. Phased by nothing, Ross, he just gets on with it. I think Simon's short here.
Struggling. Needs to make another.
Yeah, he desperately needs to be counting 2 here.
Well, he's after it again.
Yeah. Maybe he can scramble past. No. He'd be disappointed with that. He'd have wanted to be counting 2, wouldn't he?
Well, Simon's just gone off the foot to just have a look. I think he was considering having a strike, Lynn, but the danger is taking his own bowl out.
Oh, yeah, and I think probably his own bowl is probably in his way, Mel. He's just trying to play a bit of a runner at it, which, as we know, is hard to do.
Watching it.
Oh,
On the gap.
what a good effort.
Yeah. Young Ross saw him breathe in there as that come across.
Yeah. 19-20. What a game. Ross Dunkley in this quarter-final, 6-1 against double Waterloo champion Simon Coupe at 3-1.
Totally unfazed, Ross, wouldn't it? Into the biggest events of his career, and seems to have took everything in his stride all week.
Yeah, absolutely. He really has. Just giving Simon a bit of room here.
Just
to the yard.
slap on the thigh, he knows he was too big with that one.
Simon is pushing that on, his body language. He thinks he's short.
Ross hasn't asked, he's
No,
getting him
he just
away
wants
really
to-
quick. He's going to get on with it.
To get on with it.
That's what he's got to do.
Yeah.
Oh, knocked him in. That's it.
Unlucky. He looked really good pace. Just knocked Simon in.
So Simon Coupe, for the past 2 years, Gary Ellis, 19-12 leads against North Midlands Steve Pratt. He's looking on fine form again, Gary, isn't he, Lynn?
Yeah, he's certainly the man to beat in this tournament, isn't he?
In our preview, as if everybody's picked him, and who'd bet against him? Currently in the era in the last 8, 7-4, strong favourite. It's just the weight of money. With a perfect lead down there. Always seems to strike a good length on this green, doesn't he, Gary?
Yeah, he does, and as Keith mentioned in the quarter-final preview, as each game goes on, Gary just seems to get better and better.
The pound signs are in his eye, I think.
What?
If you remember, the first prize here is 2,000. He's after this one.
Oh, we're gone, Dad. Yard. Feet. Pass Jack, you.
I think he's made another. I'm having a look. If so, he's lining up. Steve Pratt's not asked.
Just give me one.
I thought you were giving it some shoulder.
Yeah.
He must reach, mustn't he, Lynn?
Yeah, he's not going to be short.
He's
certainly saved.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ellis won. 2012. And Gary coming across towards us. Where he's had a lot of success in over the last couple of years, and across this part of the green.
Yeah, he's just...
Gonna have the jack back this time, just put it on Jack Dyson's toe.
Plays his mark particularly well, doesn't he, Gary?
Just gonna hang on before he delivers. And just look at the stunning view behind him.
I was talking to Gary earlier in the week. He's a keen golf enthusiast as well, and he's going to spend the day there tomorrow at the Portuguese Masters.
Thanks, Colin.
He'll probably win that the way he's going this season.
I like yours, Simon.
He seems to be winning everything at the moment, isn't he?
14 tournament wins in one season. It's tremendous, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, what about that for a lead again?
Yeah, very difficult mark. They just peg off one of the very many crowns.
It's 2012. And Steve Reach needs to pick it up. Look out. I think Lynn needs to play through on here as well. Difficult striking, isn't it?
It's a really, really difficult green to strike on, Mel. It's also equally a difficult green just to play a yard or two over on. With that many crowns and undulations, very hard. Tremendous second bowl there from Gareth.
Yeah.
I think Steve really probably has to try and play a strike really, and he is, yeah.
Line up, 2012. Here comes, Steve's watching it.
I think he's missed it now.
Over the top.
Ellis won.
Ellis through, 21-12. Gary.
Yes.
Gary. You're a machine. Well, this is another awesome performance, Lynn, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, I thought, well, my chance to get is going to be this one, going back like that.
And Steve Pratt really did nothing wrong there.
No.
So, it's Ellis through safely to the semi-final, 21-12.
Semi-final line-up, Colin Kelly versus Colin Beeman, and Simon Coupe versus Gary Ellis.
Should be two good games, that. Joining me up here is one very unfortunate young man who's just lost his game. He's young Jack. Bad luck, Jack, for a tremendous game.
Yeah, he had me dead and buried at 17-10. Colin, he was playing really well. I just was tending just to play a fraction short, but I managed to dig in a bit and pull it right back. Yeah, so yeah, I'm disappointed in him. But he had the chance for game. He knocked me in it. He was going for game. I think 19, 17 or something, and he gave me one. So
Well, Colin had a couple of opportunities of the game, really, didn't he?
yeah, he did. It was a bit unfortunate, really. But,
And also, I think the end before last, he gave you sort of 4 feet. You didn't quite get in.
no.
You know, good bowl your second one, but you could have done with it just
That's
a
right.
better lead.
If I'd
to
have
put the pressure on.
beaten his lead, then pressure's on him to get a bowl in close. But not to worry, I've had a good run.
You've done really well, Jack, and it's your first time here. You'll be very proud of your achievement this week.
Yeah, I mean, I like this green, you see. I've quite settled on it quite nicely and really pleased with where I've played, yeah. I played really well against Callum, and he's always a favourite wherever he goes, so I'm really pleased to beat him on here.
Well, you have. I mean, you've won certainly a lot of admirers for your ability and your temperament and everything, Jack. And
thank you.
All the best for the future. And once again, first semi-final, stepping on the green, two left-handers, Colin Beeman from Shropshire versus Colin Kelly from the Isle of Man. And up here in the commentary with me is Gareth Gwilliam. Afternoon, Gareth.
Afternoon, Mel. Nice to be with you again.
Yeah, I'm doing a bit of sunbathing, me and you up here this week.
We are indeed, to get a better tan from this spot.
I'm sure you'd sooner still be down there playing now, Gareth.
I would, but I've not played well enough this week, but you know, you live and learn. Hope to improve if I do come back again.
Okay. Yeah, what's your thoughts on this game then?
Well, I think, as a betting man, I'd have backed Colin Beaman before the off. As I say, that Colin Kelly plays a side touch of first ball, but it's two left-handers, two very good players. You've got a spring Waterloo winner in Colin Beaman and a solid Shropshire County man.
What about this one?
Well, what an effort this is. What a bloody ball that is. It's finished about 3 inches at the front. You can only play up now. And it's going to be difficult to disturb the ball without disturbing the jack. And he can't strike, because if he hits it, only leaves two, so it's a tough spot this for Colin. He's got to reach.
Well, he's played at it.
Yeah.
And he's
not
watching,
too far
watching
away,
it.
but it's nearer his own for me. Oof, he's hit the gap. Well, he's played a great first end there, he can't do much more. Played a side touch or a running ball and he's gone one down.
The rest of the match is like that, in for a good game.
Yeah, indeed, but what a great ball from Colin Beeman, not that?
Yeah, as they bet, Colin Kelly 7-2, Colin Beeman 5-1.
Well, I'd certainly have had a heap better if I'd have looked at them odds on Colin Beeman before we're off, but I may well be proved wrong. And Colin Kelly's a class act, he's won the Isle of Man Festival twice. Won the tourism, which runs alongside, which is just the same tournament, I think 4 times.
They do well, these guys from the Isle of Man, really, don't they? Because they don't have the top competitive tournaments we have over on the mainland, do we?
Well, I've been speaking to Colin off the green this week. I've had a few drinks with him. He's a very nice guy, and he says like he does find it difficult to raise his game when people play very well against him because he's not used to it on the island. There's only a handful of good players at his standard, and that's a great lead again from Colin Beeman. He's kicked off this game in impressive style.
This is what he did. I don't know if you were there when he won the Spring Waterloo, but he just, on the day, just kept planting him on top of it.
It's another player I know little about before he won the Spring Waterloo, but I've watched the video and yeah, to beat Gary on that green takes some doing, and he's got him off to 19 with a great finish to the game.
Well, he's always number 11 or 12 in the Shropshire County side.
And they're a top county, so it tells you what a good player is. He probably just doesn't put himself about in competitions maybe as much as many others do.
No, he doesn't travel much, Colin. In fact, I think he won the Spring Waterloo the first time he entered it.
Like, you know, I've been going there for 15 years, and to do that first time out takes some doing. He's gone 2-0 up. 2 very good bowls to count the 2 shots he counted so far.
And just to remind everybody, the 6 on the card, so it's 8-6 to Beeman. The other semi-finals just started, and that should be a real classic as well. We'll be going after that shortly. Simon Coupe and Gary Ellis.
Yeah, probably ranked number 1 and 3 in the game, and I don't think many people can dispute that. Ellis 1 and Coupe 3 for me.
He's looking ominous again for Gary in this event, isn't it?
He's probably playing at a slightly higher level than anyone, but no, Simon beat him in the Waterloo when he won it for the first time in the semi-final. So he's got winning form against Gary. I'm sure Gary's beat him a few times himself, but it always helps if you beat the man before.
And 2 Tongue club mates as well.
Yeah, and Gary will know this is going to be a tough game against Simon. I think he's raised his game today. I wasn't particularly impressive on the greens before today, but he's played it well. And this is the first loose end from this pair. Colin Beeman's led a slightly short, narrow ball, about 4 feet away. And Colin Kelly's played about 6 to 7 feet short. And this doesn't even look like passing Kelly's first, so big chance now. You've got to lick these type of balls if you want to get into finals.
And generally this green gets heavier as the day goes on, doesn't it?
It starts to drag. This morning I had a practice being in the comp myself, and it really was running nice. It will start to drag from now. This should just stop him. Yeah, just enough.
He's on the board, Colin. It's 7-8.
The way I expect this game to go is I expect Colin to either play the edge nearest to us all the corners and Colin Beeman to play like a medium to short length mark.
Well, that's right.
I think Colin's torn now. I don't think he knows what to do whether to play his edge or go in the corner. And he's opted for the edge. He's playing the straight peg for the left hand, the pump peg.
It's a hard edge, isn't it?
Well, it's so quick in comparison to the rest of the green. You can't really afford to pass the jack if you're playing with any sort of heavy bowls. You know, if you're 2-12 bowls and stuff, he won't stop you. So Colin actually uses 2-12s, but he's brought 2 8s for this green. He just feels he drag less. This is a good lead, really good lead on the mark.
It's
Take some licking. I don't think he'll be licking that without moving anything. Well, he's got him how he probably expected to. He's got him to far. It's a bit of a shock to the system how quick this mark is. And that's gone a few yards by. It's just going to stop on the green, I think. Well, looks to be a nice pace again to me, this. Probably doesn't want one too near. He don't want him to strike. He wants him to play for one. No, it's probably gone too near.
Yeah, Colin's
Target now, yeah, he's a bit disappointed.
He knows that.
A yard short bowl now. That would have been a nice bowl.
It's hard to try and play a saver down there, isn't it?
It is indeed. But he's missed, so Colin will be happy now. Signalling
Got away with it.
Hit the front at 9-8.
There's Colin Beaman.
I think he wants to stick with this edge. He is renowned as a bit of a corner player, Colin, but I do think this edge will serve him well. Even against the likes of Gary or Simon if he makes it to the final.
This corner is in now. He did play pretty well against Kerry Morris, and that's where he's going.
Yeah,
he's gone along the edge to get into these other 2 corners.
That's fair enough. Yeah, he's played it fun peg. I think it's easier peg of the 2. It's quite a shallow pegging mark. It's all about pace though.
Yeah,
you really got to
hit
reach
these crowns as well, isn't it?
Yeah, you've really got to reach into this corner. It just finishes just after the jack, so you can finish 4 feet past, but you're not really 4 feet over. That's a good bowl. About 18 inches short of a length, just off the land. Colin's Beeman's bowl tracking along now. Well, certainly on the road, just looks a touch to far, but I think it'll win it. Yeah. Super bowl from Beeman. Is he a corner player, Colin? It's not someone I know a lot about.
Not his natural, no.
Right.
He tends to like the players we saw at the Spring Waterloo, because across the middle of green, 30-35 yard mark, something like that.
Well, Colin Kelly's played right ball there. He's got a good first ball when he's played up to reach for the jacker ball. He's just missed.
Again with Colin Beeman, the 2 clubs he plays for in Shropshire, Meal Brace and St George's, both big size greens. So he can play corners.
Just failing to get another there. You're a bit disappointed with that there. You always want to turn the screw. You always want to get your 2s when you can. 2s do win games. So it's 9 across.
He was fortunate in his quarterfinal, Colin, because he had 2 or 3 opportunities, didn't he, for game against Jack Dyson.
He did indeed.
Away.
And Jack Dyson, I thought it was a bit of a scrappy end, and he's knocked Jack Dyson in, going for game at 19-16, which all of a sudden it was 17-19 as opposed to all but 16. And it'd have preyed in his mind if he'd have lost the game. It really would. So he's played a tough mark. He's just played right through the centre of this crown. It's hard to appreciate unless you play the green, but this is a tough mark.
Do you think it's easier following left-hander following left-hander over there?
No. Yeah, I suppose it will be, but this looks right down its throat. That's a super lead for me, that. Super lead from Colin Beeman.
Yeah, because it's difficult from up this position for people to actually appreciate the contours on this green, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you now, Colin Kelly's ball was quite a way past him, quite a way past.
I was sitting down earlier watching, and sometimes the bowls, they disappear out of view, don't they? They go off of that long.
They do.
Over that middle.
So, it's coming for another here. He's got a reasonable first ball, 2.5 feet short. This looks to be improving on that. Needs a miss. Yeah, good ball again. Good ball. He's finished about 10 inches at the back. Now Colin's got to make his mind up. Do you play for the jack for 2? Do you play the runner? Or do you play this to save? I'd have probably played the runner, and he's done the same. He's looking at jack for 2 here.
He's turned his back on it.
Yeah, just got over the top. Difficult marks to do it on though, because once you go through the centre of that crown at pace, they just don't behave anything like the jack. It's a very difficult green to play through on. So, Beeman in the driving seat at the minute, 11-9.
think the score in the semi-final, if I can just see in the sunlight, I think it's 10-9. Gary Ellis leads Simon Coupe.
So he's playing through that centre of that crown again. It's not as difficult this time because the crown's a lot nearer to the players. They're not running straight off it to the jack. This will be quite a quick mark in comparison to the rest of the green. It's a reasonable lead again. It's a good lead. 10 each short this time.
Just what you want.
Looks right in the way. Colin's ball looks to be too far, just a touch. Oh, he's got a look here there. He's played it on the road. You make your own look at this game, but it's worked out well for him. And Colin's decided to strike. Try and kill the end, I would imagine.
He is a danger. He can take his own ball.
Yeah, it's a dangerous ball, but yeah.
That's what he's done.
Commentator's curse there, Mel. Well done.
Yeah.
11 across.
It's hard to know what to do there, isn't it? Because it's difficult to lick that ball. And
yeah, it's
sometimes in those positions you might as well just carry it.
Yeah, yeah.
Take one.
Yeah. It all depends how accurate a striker you are. I've not seen much of Colin, like I say. But I would have been tempted just to play running ball, so if it hit me home, too much damage wouldn't have been done. A few yards over. So Colin's looking to get back in his corners again. This is into the quick part of the green. It's the right-hander's finger peg, left-hander's thumb peg. And it does this to you. You get a bit scared of reaching because you know after that jack it'll finish. And he's played a really poor lead there. 5 or 6 yards short of the jack. And Colin Beeman struggling to beat it. I don't think it will beat it. Two very poor balls there.
After an end like that,
Yeah,
previous end.
exactly. Well, certainly a better pace. Looks to be on road as well. It's a good ball from Colin, that. Good improvement. Now Colin Beeman should be in a position to strike there if he'd have played a good first ball, but he's 2 down, so he's playing a bit of a negative ball now. I don't think he can possibly win the end. He can only really play to save. He's definitely done that. I just don't see how he can win the end.
That's where his first ball should have been, as you
Would
said.
have given him a position to play an aggressive second ball. He'll be kicking himself a bit there. In this game, at this standard, when someone plays a poor lead against you, you've got to capitalise, you've got to put them under the pressure. And he's just took all the pressure off Colin Kelly on that end. So, into his favoured corners.
12-11, Colin Kelly leads.
Yeah. There'll be a mate of mine, Rick O'Shea, he'll be praying that Colin Kelly wins this game. He's backed him at 25-1 at the start. He thought it was a generous price. He's also backed Ellis in the other half, so it'll be a bit of a dream finale for him. Them two came through.
Maybe a few more beers tonight for Rob.
Well, it's a reasonable lead from Colin, but it's probably not as good as he wanted. Probably gone about 5 feet too far and a bit narrow. This looks a nice pace to me from Colin Beeman. It's probably just a bit short and just slightly off the road. So
Colin Kelly's just put the jack a couple of yards further on this time, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's probably in an awkward spot there, to be fair. He certainly reached again for me. Probably needs a connection here. No. Off the green, well, like I said, at this level you've got to capitalise and he should be getting on here. He's got 5 or 6 feet of room. Oh, I think he's off the green himself. Oh, that's a poor ball. Colin Kelly will be surprised to get away with them sort of leads, I'll tell you that. So 13-11 and jack in hand.
Yeah, from
Colin Beeman needs to up his game again. He started off like an house on fire and he's got steadily worse.
from striking his own ball off 3 ends ago.
Yeah, he's not played any good balls since.
Joining me now is a slightly disguised Graham Wilson. Well, I think it is. Yes, it is. Yeah. Good morning, Graham.
Morning, Lynn.
How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
You're looking very chilled and relaxed on this beautiful sunny morning.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it?
Super, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
We'll all be moaning about the rain and hot cold when we go home.
Well, that's it, yeah. Love it while you've got it at the
Absolutely, absolutely. Just your thoughts on the final 32. Who's your fancy, Graham, this morning?
Well, I don't think you can look any further than Gary again, can you? Big favourite. He's obviously been practising again, so I don't think you can look any further than Gary. I've also got a slight fancy for Jack Hargreaves this time. I think Jack might do a little bit. It should be an entertaining day. Some good bowlers in it again.
There is, absolutely, yeah. And obviously from a company point of view, Taylor's, it's good to see a lot of the players actually sporting the Oceanico Taylor's shirts.
It's brilliant. Yeah, good business for us, and they're good shirts. So they've gone really well. So we're really pleased with it.
Yeah, they have. I mean, there's been a few this morning. I think half a dozen or so being sold already.
Yeah,
during the course of the day.
Yeah, I know they've not got many left in the shop. So yeah, they've sold really well.
Yeah, superb. Yeah. It was lovely to see you again.
No problem.
And lovely to see you so relaxed. And I really do like your specs.
Thank you very much.
So for now, it's back to Mel.
Won't get much more room than that, Gareth.
No, you won't, but it's one of them, you know everyone round the green expects you to beat them. It's sometimes difficult, there's a bit of pressure that goes with them. And it's snip and tuck, 12-13. Where do you think he'll play now?
I'm sure they aim back to get out of the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
That's what his game is.
Okay.
The betting on the game. It's, Simon Coupe 7-2, Gary Ellis 1-2. Sounds about right, Gareth.
Is that him running?
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to back Gary at 1-2 if I'm honest, against Simon, even if he's a few behind.
He started the day at 3-1 and quite a lot of people took that.
Yeah, I can't blame him, to be honest. I mean, he's won the last two, he's in cracking form, he's just won the Champion of Champions. And
the George Masters last weekend.
Yeah, 3-1. I suppose as a bookmaker, what do you do? If you price him at 2-1, you'll probably all back him as well. They're just desperate for him to lose to make some cash. But he seems to be costing him a few quid at the minute. And it's a good lead from Colin Beaman. Getting back on track here. He's caught Colin Kelly 4 feet short and slightly off the land. And this is important that you count your twos now. So Colin will be in 2 minds. Does he play to save? Does he play at him? Oh, I think he's kind of played at him here. No, he's played to save. Yeah, good effort. Right ball.
Yeah, that's saved, yeah.
Yeah, it's saved. And he gave it a chance as well. He reached. He gave it a chance to win. That's 13 across. Can you pick a winner out of them two?
This moment in time.
If you're a betting man.
If I was going, I'd go for Colin Beeman.
Yeah.
Simply because I know Colin very well and I know that he leads very well. He proved that when he won the Spring Waterloo to his leads, that did all the damage. Never get anybody a chance. It's hard to lead consistently close on here, isn't it?
It is, yeah, you've got to concentrate very hard.
That middle again.
Yeah. So Mark, you can probably lead well on this. It's one of the easy ones for Land and he's played a very good lead. It's just over a foot at the back. It's all about length this, Mark. You can give it a bit of land. Well, he's got Colin Kelly narrow. If Colin Kelly's reached, he should peg inside the jack. And too far. So Colin Kelly's gone 5 feet by with that ball. Colin needs to really put him under pressure and count 2, which he has done. He improved on his first. Well, I think he'll be reaching for the jack for 2 here, Colin. Either that or strike, all dependent on confidence this. What do you fancy doing more?
You can see the jack as one thing.
He's got to reach, he's got to try and get that jack for 2. It's the shot you've got to play.
Watching just over the top, is it?
He might get the ball, no. Nearly got second prize, but not quite, so that's a big end that. 15-13, bit of daylight now.
I'm sure Colin wanted to go over in that middle, but at the moment it's occupied by Simon Coupe.
Yeah, and 2 games on the green getting each other's way.
Score another game, by the way, he's a Coupe 10, Ellis 14.
He's using that middle well, Colin Beaman. This is an awkward mark. Just got to get your ball creeping over that crown for a good length.
I don't know if you've ever played at St George's in Telford, Gareth.
I haven't, no.
But that's the one green he plays for in the Summit Garage League, and he's got a crown very slim to that. Well, bigger. It's a bigger green, but Probably a bigger crown, and Colin, similar sort of marks he plays on there,
Yeah,
just
so
over the top.
Was that good training for this green?
I think it is, yeah.
We've got Colin Kelly off the land now. To far. That's the thing, when you go for this crown, unless you play a length to the jack, they behave very peculiar, the bowls. Don't do anything like the jack. No, this is a real bowl to me. Just drifted it over that crown. Oh, they're tough to beat, these. He's got to massively alter his first bowl, Colin. No, he seems to be off. He's off land again. No. He's made a very good player there, look very poor. That's what you can do on this green. Play such awkward, difficult marks. 17-13 now. There's no harm in that at this stage, the semi-final of such a big competition.
€2,000 first prize.
Yep, certainly well rewarded to the winner. So, he needs to turn the screw now at 17-13 and a good lead. He becomes a very, very strong favourite. And he's played a poor lead, so the door's open for Colin now. He needs to capitalise here. At this level, you don't get many chances. Certainly some good land to me. It's crept past Colin. It's still not a good bowl, but it's won it. There's still a yard to 4 feet of room over a 22-yard mark. Both players expect to put nearer than that.
He's turned his peg.
Yeah, he's turned his peg. It must have been in the way, that bowl. Oh, he's done a decent job of it as well. Good bowl.
That's not the easy thing to do on here.
Not at all. It's very difficult to work out with a peg. So it's one of them. It's probably quite awkward to beat. You might even be tempted to strike at this. It's 2.5 feet off, but the way he's been playing, I don't fancy him licking it. Oh, that's a great ball. Super ball there from Colin Kelly.
Good ball there. Needed that one.
Yeah, he did. So 14-17. Will he continue to try for them same corners? It looks like a change of game plan here. Nope. He's persisting with these two corners. He's gone left-hander's thumb peg. And obviously his intention is to play a good lead, win this end and get back full in the corners.
Well, this quicker corner we were talking about, Colin Beeman hadn't really played it too well.
No, he's struggled, to be fair, he has. It's a good length. It's a shame that, because that's probably the difficult part of the green, playing a good length. So disappointed to miss the load there.
Have a go at that, Simon.
It's a reasonable lead, it's 2 foot at the side. Colin's beat it with a ball 10 inches at the side. Well, I think Colin will certainly make sure he reaches here. Yep. He just wants that bowl for 2. He's got narrow. Well, chance now for Colin Beeman to get 2 and go 19-14 in front.
That's what he wasn't doing in his quarter-final against Jack Dyson. He wasn't making his 2s.
Well, he's not done it again, Mel. He cursed him, I think. Looks to be short. Well, I think it's only 1. And if it is, it's 18-14. Well, Colin Kelly has been let off there, really. It's always more comfortable for a player to be stuck on 18 and 19. They can't get game at any particular end at this stage. So he'll use his crown again, I would imagine.
Yeah, he's not going to change.
Floating the jack over it. Yep, straight. He gets it straight through the centre of that crown as well.
Of course, Colin Beeman and Colin Kelly here are seeded players. Do you think there's any advantage? I mean, yesterday some of the other people who came over here had 5 games on the green.
I suppose it is, but you play a lot of bowls this week, don't you? You know, even as a seeded player, if you come here for the Taylor Trophy in the pairs, you do get plenty of game time on the greens. I suppose it could be a slight advantage, but it's proved not to be the case today because all 4 semi-finalists were seeds, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, correct.
Colin Beaman's played another very good lead. Colin Kelly's not comfortable at all going through this crown. He doesn't seem to be able to get him on the land. These don't look particularly close, but believe me on this mark, they're very good bowls. And they're both just under a yard and over a yard away.
They probably look closer than the putter.
Well, he seems to give this one a chance, Colin Kelly. I don't know if he's too far, but he's certainly on the road. He's just too far. Very good effort, but... Well, Colin Beeman probably should be off the green now. Let's hope he still wins, or it might just come back to haunt him at last end previous. So all but 14.
Can't really see any way back for Colin Kelly.
And I think when Colin Kelly gets off the green, if he does lose this game, he's going to be quite disappointed with his own performance. He's not led particularly well. He's played a lot of loose ends with and without the jack. And I think if either player want to compete in a final, they're going to have to raise the game if they do end up playing Gary Ellis. Well, it's not a good lead. It's almost 2 yards short, that over quite a short mark. Colin Kelly's certainly further, but he might be too far. And it's not the greatest bowl either. It's probably won it, but it's finished 4 feet at the back. And Colin Beaman's just going to pass his own here. Put the pressure on Colin Kelly, he needs to be lying game. And he knows he should be lying game. He's done just that. It's a good ball. Very good ball. Well, for me now, Colin can only strike at this.
For a place in the final of the Oceanico Masters. And Kelly struck at it. Done it.
Got it. So he's still alive.
Oh, what a good hit that was.
Well, it's one of them now. Everything's a bonus from here on in. He's 15-20 with nothing to lose. He can relax and just play some. He needs to play some good leads. And I tell you, if he gets going in these corners, I've not been particularly impressed with Colin Beeman in the corners. If Colin Kelly can get his own game together, he's not out of this. No one needs a 6th break.
And that can be done on here.
Yeah, certainly can. Yeah, I think he's doing the right thing. Just needs to find a lead. If he can just win the next couple of ends, it'll certainly start to play on Colin Beeman's mind.
In the other game, it's 17-12 to Gary Ellis in Simon Coupe.
Yeah, he's played his finger peg into the quick bit. You've got to get it here, but past the jack it really finishes. Yeah. That's an excellent lead from Colin Kelly. That's what he's been short of this game. He's finished 18 inch at the back. Colin Beeman's bowl tracking along.
It made the trip.
No, it's just going to finish short. So he could lie 2 and lie 17-20 here, Colin Kelly, after looking out of the game.
That's won it, Simon, definite. I think it's just one.
He's tracking along again at quite a nice pace. Ah, Super Bowl. Like I said, everything's a bonus here. He might have just relaxed now at 15-20, Colin.
What do you do here now, Gareth? What Colin Beeman do?
I think I've got to fire. I've got to try and destroy the end. If I had the back bowl, then I can play the running bowl, but I haven't, so yeah, he can only hope to destroy this end and keep the score at 15-20.
Well, here it comes.
Not far away. 17-20, game on again. Well, I really do fancy Colin Kelly can still win this.
If he leads like that,
Yep, he just needs to keep leading bowls. 2 good ends, you're off the green. 19 after the next end, 21 the end after. 2 twos required.
It's getting now cooler, Gareth.
Oh, it's beautiful. It really is. I've not seen a cloud since I landed. And I'll soon be seeing plenty in England. Well, massive end this. Ball tracking along. Looks to be a touch short and a touch off the land. He struggled in that corner, Colin. Struggled to land to his own jack. So the door's open for Colin Beeman. Could be lay game after this ball. He's certainly not going to pass the jack this ball. No, it's short. It's not won it. Wow.
And I think Colin Beeman knows he needs to try to get out this end because he hasn't played a bowl going the other way.
Correct. But Colin Kelly should be late too this game. And he should be improving on that first ball. He needs an extra 2 feet of running and put it on the land. Keeps getting himself narrow.
Must miss Colin Beeman's short
Yes,
bowl.
it looks a nice pace as well. Well, what a good bowl that is. Super bowl from Colin Kelly. Well, all of a sudden, this
Line
game's
19.
turned on its head. Can Colin Beeman produce some sort of miracle bowl here and win the end? Well, he's certainly further, and he's on the road. No, it's just, what a good effort. It was trying to peg now and it stayed straight for a while. So, saver, big saver that.
What it does, it's left Colin Kelly's not on a finish now, is he?
Exactly. If he was 19-20 going into this corner, he'd soon become my favourite, but he's still fractionally the underdog at the minute. 18-20 and he needs a lead. He likes to have a close game, Colin Beeman, from what I've seen. He was 19-16 or even further clear against Jack Dyson in the last 8.
Oh, he's totally unflappable, Colin.
He likes it to go to the wire now. Well, for me, this is a real lead. He's just invited Colin Beeman to pass that ball and it's very difficult to do and not pass the jack and go a few yards by.
The other game, I can't quite see the score. 19-12.
19-12 for
to
Gary
Ellis.
Yeah. Well, Colin Beeman's nearly played a real ball here. He needs to clear it. He needs to clear it. Well, what a good ball that is. Superb. It's the first time he's found the ball in this corner. Colin Kelly probably can't believe he's beat that lead. Well, he's played through. He wants this ball for 2. He's still watching it. No, it's just too wide.
Oh, his own in.
Well, that would have been a slice of luck if he'd have flicked his side ball then.
So there we have it.
Well played, Colin Beeman.
21-18 to the man from Shropshire.
Yeah, there's no
He's
shot.
Gary.
No shot really. It's 19-12. Gary Ellis. He's late. Well, I think he's going to be late game any second. 2 real balls. For me, Simon Coupe should be striking at these because they're nigh impossible to beat with a dead ball.
There's 2 balls of Gary Ellis is for game for yet another final.
Well, good hit, Simon
Killed the
Coupe.
end.
Well, good hit, Simon
Killed the
Coupe.
end.
So, can he make that count? Can he come back from 19-12 against Gary on this green?
Oh, it's a good hit there to take them both out, Gareth.
Super hit, yeah. Superb. So, I've seen Gary play this mark an awful lot.
And this is where he's had his success for
Yeah, it's all about
2
pace.
years.
It's all about pace. You've got to reach for it to behave like the jack does. Anything short will peg narrow to the jack, and anything too far just won't do, and just won't peg. That's a good ball from Gary. Well, he probably won't be entirely happy with it. It's gone a yard by the jack. Right. Simon looks to be just to give it a bit too much land here. It just won't peg for him. It'll just go against the bias at the end. And that's a poor ball, not won it. No.
Not short, is it?
No, it's a very uncharacteristic ball from Gary there. Usually in that situation you'd find yourself looking at a football at worst. If you give him any sniff of putting pressure on you, he generally does. Well, this is better rolled from Simon. Must win. Must win. Yeah, good ball. Well, from staring defeat in the face at 12-19 late 2 and he struck him off. It's 13-19 and game on, hopefully. needs to find a few leads.
Where do you think Simon's going to go?
Well, it's very difficult to predict with Simon. He seems to find a lot of different marks. He's not a player that sticks to the same mark from what I've seen of him. And he's not really got a preferred length either. You can play him in a Waterloo and he'll take you, 50 yards or whatever the corners are on there, and play him on another green and he'll nobble you 19 metres. He's got an all-round game, but he's gone for the quick corner. He's sent the jack off. So I know where Gary will be sending this, and he'll be sending it thumb peg straight to this camera. So Gary, thumb peg, probably 30 yard, just over. It's all about length in this mark. Have you played much of it, Mel? This
Yeah,
mark?
I've played across the middle, yeah.
Yeah. He actually not played the jack as far as he normally does here. It's not done as much pegging either. So maybe he's trying to catch Simon too far, I don't know. And if that was the plan, he has got him marginally too far. And Simon's going to be disappointed with that lead. He's finished a yard at the back.
He's shortened the length by about 3 yards, isn't he?
Yeah, maybe he's done that just to get Simon, just to break Simon's length a little. He's a very tactical player as well as good player, Gary. Yeah, this is a reasonably good ball from Gary. It's pegged slightly narrow to the jack, but it's a foot away. Massive pressure now. Simon's got to beat this ball. It's that simple. It's tracking. It looks short to me, Mel. Yeah, it's way short. It's a poor ball. I'll be very disappointed with that. Well, I'll be very surprised if they're not off the green after this ball. Typical Ellis fashion. I expect him to get 2. Well, I've absolutely cursed the man, I think, here. It's probably the worst second ball he's ever played. 19.
I can't believe that.
No. I'd have put my mortgage on him getting another there. There's no way he's got one. He can look at it all he wants. It's only one.
The man's human.
Yeah. You're very disappointed with that.
Do you think he bottled it?
I think he's won too much to have a bottle anything. If you want a man to play a good end at 20 across or something, Gary's your man. He's got nerves of steel. So, this mark has served him well. He plays it again. Again, he's shortened it.
We saw that last year in the semi-final and final. It just varies the length all the time.
Yeah, very good tactical player.
We've seen him up here at 8 o'clock in the morning practicing across here.
Yeah, he's dedicated, isn't he?
Dedicated.
Very dedicated.
I think he cuts the green as well. Just drifted through a couple of feet down.
Yeah, it's not a great lead, but from what I've seen of Simon so far, he's not playing his A game. It'll take a bit of time to end this ball. See if you're getting disturbed by a few flies knocking around. Well, it's certainly on the road. Might be a bit too far as well. Can it prop that back ball? That's a good ball. Probably finished about a foot 18 inches at the back. That's another ball on the road. It looks a better pace than his first, that's for certain. He's after it, fancies it, he likes it. Oof, well, I don't know if it's pegged out or not.
I can't remember if Simon's not asked.
No, it must be quite obvious from down there. One down, Gary signals, so 14-20. Can he keep the jack on this time? He needs
I
to.
think he'll head up that quicker corner again.
Yeah, it seems to have served him well, that area of the green today. I saw him play up and down this same edge as Colin Kelly played one end in the other semi-final, and he seemed to play it very well. And other people against him seem to struggle. So I think that'll be his plan. I think if he gets in this quick corner, he'll be up and down the edge. He's gone thumb peg. Well, it won't be a bad ball, that's for certain. Yeah, it's a good lead. Very good lead. So 14-20, good lead, you never know. Could still be a game on here.
If he can lead for a few more ends like that.
Yeah, but not many people come back against Gary Ellis from 14-20. Not even Simon Coupe. Right. Gary won't be happy with that. He's not give it a chance. He's played about 5 feet short. Simon needs to pile the pressure on. He needs to make a second because Gary's a great striker. If he doesn't get a second, he might be punished, and I don't think he has. Well, that could be the last ball we sent in Portugal this year.
And body language now as he slipped up.
Yeah, and I'll guarantee you,
time.
I will put my mortgage on him striking. Whether he hits or not's another matter, but he's very good, very accurate. I don't know how much
get past it.
Well, that's another point, isn't it? I don't know if that ball is in the way.
He hasn't indicated immediately he can strike.
No, maybe he'll have to play a running ball, which I don't think he's quite as good at.
It's hard to play running balls over this middle as well.
It is, and I think I've heard Simon just say to someone in crowd, well, at least it's in the way. Yeah, so he's played with a bit of control weight, Gary. He's trying to get the ball out to win, to get his place in the final.
Underneath.
Yeah. So 15-20. Do you know where Simon's going to go now?
As you say, he's played well up this edge. I don't know whether he'll chance it. Strange with Gary likes playing edges himself, doesn't he? You don't see him play the edges on this green very often.
Yeah, but to be honest, it's very difficult to say. Wherever you go with Gary, you've got a lead because he's an all-round player. He can play any length. He's played a similar mark to what Colin Kelly was playing. In fact, it's an identical mark. On front peg. Maybe a bit further than Colin was going. He's gone deep in him here. Just needs a lead. Oh, he's got it away nice. I'm struggling to fault it at the minute, this ball. Oh, what a good lead this is. Real lead. Well, I knew it was a good one, halfway across that. So how will Gary Ellis respond? He knows
It's just finished on the side, isn't it?
Well, I'll tell you, Mel, if it gets close, Gary will have in his mind this ball here. This ball nearest to us when he had chance for game. He had over a yard of room when he'd set the mark. And that's a poor ball from Gary. He's caught him, what, 4, 5, 6 yards short there? Well,
Furthest distance they've gone in the game, isn't it?
Simon's got this one out like a cabbage, so it's going to be short. It's come out of his hand like a cabbage. And that's the only reason he's short, but it's got 2. The pressure off Gary here, he knows he'll save. He might as well reach and give this ball a chance. He can, he's got a few yards at the back of the jack to play with, and that's what he seems to have done. Needs a clear run. Needs a clear run. Oh, God. Well. As it happens, 2 second bad balls from Coupe have worked in his favour. The previous end when it was in the way for striking, and that end was made in 2.
Game on now.
Yeah, 17-20, and I tell you, if it gets very, very close, this Gary will have in his mind his chance to get out. He should have been off the green at 21-13. It should have been a comfortable win for Gary. So, he's certainly playing the Colin Kelly marks. Can Gary find a ball like Colin Beeman found?
I think the bookmaker's on the edge of his seat.
Well, the bookmaker will certainly want Gary Ellis to lose, I can guarantee you that. Won't happen often though, not in Portugal. No, I think it's a touch short, this ball. He's probably been conscious there's nothing behind the jack. Once it gets past that jack, it won't stop. So, doors open for Gary here.
Has he sent it?
No, I don't think it's passing Simons, is it? It might just. Well, for me, no one's in. 2 poor balls for players of this quality.
Simon's just got to make sure he keeps off that short ball.
The last
there.
thing he wants to do is gift Gary the game. But he needs to pass them 2 for a good one. And he wants to be passing it at quite a slow pace.
Is he any further?
Oh, what a poor end this is from Simon and Gary so far. Well, if Gary doesn't beat these, I'd arguably say he don't deserve to be in the final.
No, nearly anywhere on the Algarve for one.
Well, for me, unless it hits something, it can't fail, can it? Yeah. Well, I think Simon's got 1. I think Simon's counted 1. Well, for me, did Gary need to be on the land there?
No,
He didn't. He just needed a length
needed a
ball.
length,
A
as you
5-yard length ball would have counted and got him off the green.
18-20.
Very uncharacteristic, this of Gary Ellis, these last few ends. Very uncharacteristic.
You say that in one end when he should have made 2. I would have wanted him.
18-20. What Simon would give for a good lead now. A front touch would be nice.
And Gary's running to his ball now. That's 2 ends.
Yes. Well, he's got this old ball out nice again. It's another one of them where, well, it's just going to finish a touch short, isn't it? Certainly on the jack land. Yeah, he's give Gary a chance again. He's 5 feet, 6 feet short there. You can't keep giving Gary Ellis this much room. Surely you can't. He certainly doesn't let me get away with this anyway when I play him. Well, he's
always running back of him.
He can't seem to lick a ball.
That's the 3rd ball running. He's running to the back of Simon.
Well, all of a sudden, Simon's guaranteed to be lay 19-20. He should be lay all but across after this ball. Oh, he doesn't seem to have sent this particularly. Oh, he has. Certainly further. Yeah, it's a good bowl from Simon Coupe because he couldn't put it on jack roll because he couldn't avoid them bowls. He's played a very good bowl. It's finished about 15 inches at the side. All of a sudden, Gary Ellis is staring all but across in the face. Well, he started to trot after it and then he stopped. That means it's not on the road. Will it save? Will it save? Well, if he hasn't saved there, then that's a terrible ball. 2. All but I can't believe this game has got to all but across. He should have been off at 21-13. And it's going to prey on his mind if he loses this, Gary.
Well, that end there, and you say 99 times out of 100, Gary would have made 2, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
19.
And then, you know, last but one end, when he's got, you know, 5 or 6 yard in this fast corner, 99 times out of 100 he beats them. He didn't need to put it on the road. He didn't need to run in the back of his own.
And he's running to Simon's ball
Well,
3 times, 3 ends
I'll tell you
running.
what, Simon's put this jack in a great spot. Anything past this jack will not stop on the green. Anything past it. So you've only... Well, this looks like a real lead to me. What a good lead this is. Even this is trying to wriggle away, but what a great ball.
Would you be happy with that, a 20
Yeah,
across?
I'd rather have it than beat it, believe me. And the way Gary's played last few ends, is, won't give him a prayer of beating it. But he's not number 1 for no reason. He's left this short, and he's put it probably in way. And he's putting himself under all kinds of pressure here.
He's finished there. 3 yards short, Gareth.
Yeah, well,
Simon must count a second.
well, yeah, he's got to count a second because, like I say, he's a great striker. Well, I don't think he's going to. Well, what a poor ball this is. Well, I can... No,
You know,
he's
the
not.
thing is,
Gary Ellis hasn't
maybe
even
in the way.
considered striking here. He hasn't considered it.
Well, the ball's on its way. And it's further.
Let's give this a chance. He just needs a clear run. He just needs a clear run. Oh, can't believe it.
That's it. Simon Coupe wins 21-20.
What a shot winner, and Gary will not believe he's lost that game. He'll have to have a fair few to drink tonight or he won't sleep.
There's Simon Coupe, the winner. 21-20.
And I'm sure Simon's wondering how he won it. But I don't think he played good enough bowls to win it, if I'm perfectly honest with you.
Well, what an amazing finish there.
Yeah, amazing.
Well, thanks for joining us here, Gareth, and first prize of €2,000. Colin Beeman from Shropshire for this North Langston Fields. Simon Coupe. Joining me up here is Keith Rudman. Afternoon, Keith.
Afternoon, Mel.
Well, we've had 2 fantastic semi-finals.
Well, I think everybody's just getting the breath back. I don't think anybody can ever remember Gary Ellis being 19-12. He just doesn't lose when he gets in them positions, Gary. But that's over. That was then, this is now. And a great start from Colin Beaman. Remember the 6 apiece on the card here as they set off, and it's the first to 21. Not in the reach that this, Simon. But there you go.
You were with me at the Spring Waterloo earlier in the year, and Colin Beeman, one of his best assets is the way he leads.
Yep.
And that's how he started again there.
He's, I mean, I think this is a fantastic performance by Colin to get to the final here, because, I mean, these greens are not easy. And first time here to be playing on these greens, giving the greens away to people, it's not easy. He took some out of this time, he's took too much out. I think it can win, it can't get by that ball. Save one. He's done really well to get to the final. And in the final he faces the Waterloo winner, two-time Waterloo winner, Simon Coupe. So as we've just said in the interview, it is the Spring Waterloo winner against the Autumn Waterloo winner of 2011.
It don't happen very often, that.
No, I can't ever remember that happening. But playing here in this sunshine, a big contrast to being back home in Blackpool in a May bank holiday or a Wednesday in September. The sun's been so hot, it's been red hot here today.
Well, I mean, I think this is the 5th or 6th time I've been here, Keith, and we've never had weather quite like this.
No, it's been scorching all week. Colin Beaman's got a fair lead there, going right over this high crown here. I'm sure you can pick that up on the camera there. There's Simon, goes down and pegs on the length, he's got to miss Colin's ball. I'd have got a lick off there, I think he's coming off that to count.
I was saying in the commentary on the semi-finals, you wouldn't be aware of, Keith, that Colin plays for 2 teams in Shropshire. His main club is Meal Brace, but in the Summit Garage League he plays for St George's. Now, if you've never been to St George's, it's a big green, but the crown very similar to this big crown. He plays over it.
Well, that's a great ball he's playing there.
And he'll love playing over this middle. Played all day at St George's.
He's played a great ball there. Simon, I'm just wondering what to do with this now. It's not the easiest green in the world to strike at this, you know.
Well, it is that middle, if he strikes too hard, it's likely to take off and go over the top.
Yeah, he's had a long think about this. Just sure what to do with it. Got a reach. Can't beat it with a dead one. Certainly played at it.
Watching it.
It was a big effort. Nobody pulled to stop it.
I think Colin quite knew he was going to strike. Didn't indicate he was firing.
No, he didn't. But he couldn't have beat it with a dead in there. But to be honest, he wasn't had an attempt at that there. At all.
I think after that amazing comeback in the semi-final, Simon's really got to get that out of his head now, hasn't he?
Well, I mean, he's hardly had time to digest it, really, that he's just beaten somebody who in this competition is on a monster run. He's won it 2 years on the trot, Gary Ellis. We got to the semi-final stage again, so he's won three games already today, so the run's huge. And he's just beaten him, and now he's in a final.
It's been quite a run of victories for Gary, isn't it?
It's another good lead here. Nothing wrong with that, man. I think you're quite right. He's set off, played a perfect blend. Colin Beaman. You would have to say that Simon is fishing for the length. He hasn't settled into this game yet, and he hasn't got a length. There's Colin Beaman. Just carrying on where they left off in the semi.
So obviously I know Colin very well. Didn't enter many competitions, but as I said earlier, one of his greatest assets is he leads well with the jack. Totally unflappable.
Simon's not asked whether that's 1 or 2. He must be trying to play a line for you, but he's going to get through here, you know, missing. Say what? 9-6.
And these marks across this very high crown, left against right hand, ain't easy to follow.
It's all about length as well, man.
It is, yeah.
You know, like me played on the greens this week. The green is all about playing on length.
I've got to say the condition of the green is the best it's ever been. Normally about this time of day now it's 20 to 5, the green's getting a bit heavier, isn't it?
Yeah.
And in the past it leaves a lot of footprints. It's not so noticeable now. Just put the block back in exactly the same spot.
Yeah. It's over this crown and then it falls against the bias and pegs at the end of his short this time. Just goes up that other little crown there, as you can see. That's a lovely opportunity for Simon to get in here. He needs to take this. Hello. Sliding back to it. It's always good on the top side there, Muff.
It's a good ball.
It's counted. Simon just wants to get in, feel the block. Played marvellous in the corners to get out again, Gary. Well, there's something wrong with this. Yeah, short again. Disappointed Colin with them, won't he?
He will. But again, I think the nature of the green, playing over this middle, where you can't miss the land by an inch. If somebody's playing you there, you're always going to get in eventually. You're going to have opportunities. They're going to do what Colin's done there and just slip a couple underneath or over the top. So Simon will just be happy to get the jack in his hand, Keith.
Yep, and he's got 2 on the board to boot, so he goes 8-9. It's the first game he played today in the 32 against Stephen King. Played right up and down across the middle from where they started. Played really, really well.
I heard his interview with you earlier. He was saying he's won 18, 19 and 20.
Yeah, he did. He must have been a few behind because he playing well to me against Stephen King. Coming back up into this corner, but the other side of the corner, which is a totally different mark, playing finger peg. That's the right-hander's finger peg. All the way around for Colin. There's a bit of a theory, you play a left-hander, isn't it? Finger all the time?
Yeah,
Or is that an all-wise tail?
I think it's an old-wise tower, really. I mean, it depends. I mean, some are not natural left-hand deliverers, are they? Some come across, and myself, I'm pretty straight. I know people always say it's quite easy to follow me. Probably why they always beat me. There are some left-handers. I'm a left-hander myself, and I find it very difficult to follow. So I prefer playing right-handers.
2 fair balls there from Simon there, but all Colin's done is got a little bit tight, so if he might have adjusted it too much the other way now. Will it peg there? Another length.
2 more to Simon.
I think this shows the importance of what people say, that you need to have the blocker here.
I think Simon will do. He's played this very quick edge in the past.
Well, you're absolutely right, Mel. That's what he's heading for. He's heading to go back up this edge here.
And this way, where he's setting the mark now, he's very quick into the last yard or 2.
Well, this is the quick edge of the green up here. And he's not just put the block as far to near the edge as he has been doing all day. And he's not sent this. No, he's wafting it on, he's short.
Yeah, Simon saying reach it.
What would Colin's length of mark be, Mel? You know the guy. Would he be a corner man?
No, Colin's not a corner man, but the 2 greens he plays on, or 3 greens he plays on, Neil Bryson and St George's, the big greens, and he can play the corners, but his natural game is just probably 30 yards. What we saw at the Waterloo, the spring, just across the middle. Did it all day long, didn't he?
Yeah. So Simon's gone out there. He's looking at us there, Sam. I can't believe that ball's gone out. I don't think he's got the block in the right shot there, you know.
No, he's been playing the block 2 or 3 yards further on and across the water side of the green.
I think
Colin's missed that one.
I mean, Colin's missed it there. I mean, he's found a silly bit of line there. Absolute silly bit of line. Anyway, 1 to Colin. The score is...
Colin will be coming... he'll be going across there. Across the middle again.
Yeah, 10 across.
He'll be trying to find the highest point of the crown. No?
Well, making a fool out of us. He's going for the corner. This is the exact same. Wow.
That's a strange choice, that is.
That Simon Coe has just run out on against Gary Ellis.
Colin must have seen that.
Well, he was sat in that corner when he was doing it. Well, I think he's maybe thinking, better to win with the block in my hand than me taking in there. I don't think Simon had gone down there if he'd have got in. He'd come back at the same.
I think what Colin might be looking to do is, if he counts his hand, he'll be going across the middle towards the start to where he played against Colin Kelly. I think he's just not trying to play the corners, more get into position of where he wants to go next end.
Yeah.
It's a sign of a good player just to think one step ahead, isn't it, Keith?
Well, yeah, it's a game of chess, isn't it? You've got to be, you know, if you make a move, you've got to know what your next move's going to be, otherwise there's no point making that move.
Oh.
It lies too, but to be honest, the hard part there, Mel, is getting past those short balls. That's the hard part. There's room, but he's got to get past them. Exactly what I just said there. They all go into a bit of a trough, really, and it seems to be all the balls are sliding back to one, and that was the hard part.
So right.
The winning ball going, but he needed to miss.
If I was right, he's just going to go across the middle now. What do I know? He's going down this corner. No, he's gone shorter though. He's not gone right into
No,
the corner.
he's. I think he's playing here with the left hand under the crown here.
Yeah.
I think he's sliding it off the crown, and Simon's going to have to be pulling it up with his right hand. And I think this is what he's looking for here. If I know anything, that's what I know. I might be wrong, but that's what I think he's trying to do.
I think for once in your life you're right, Keith.
Doesn't happen very often, Mel.
No, I think you're right. Yeah.
He's trying to do him with the hand here. He's caught him short.
I mean, just got to keep off that one.
Short with this. Short with this. He's made a good lead, Colin, but not be happy with that second bowl. He's left that. As they say in bowling, on the mat. Now then, Simon. Is he any further? He's about 1 yard short with his first bowl. Trying hard. He's not going to get there, Mel. Left it on the mat.
To Beeman.
I think that's the plan. I think he'll go back down there, off the crown the other way then. And going back the other way, of course, it's a reverse. Colin's pulling the ball up and Simon pushing the ball off that top crown.
So it all, Gazzy. So it all, Stu lad.
Is there activity in the crowd there?
Yeah, I think something's happening in the far corner. I think Westy's got it all on camera.
It's happening, but Gary Ellis seems to enjoy it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think his wife's involved.
Quite a lot of women there, so back to the bowling. Reasonable lead really there from Colin down in that corner. Now then, Simon throws off this crown, nothing for underneath. Certainly reached this time. In the gap. Nobody's inquired as to whether that ball stayed in or got out. Nobody said anything.
Colin's on its way. He's urging it on. He's run away.
He's a little bit short. Well, now they ask. Well, I thought so, because they're a bit... Yeah, Simon's on, that's the word.
I think Colin should have asked as well.
Yeah, I think Colin sent that ball thinking he's on. I'm sure he did. Come the other peg at this, Simon. Well, that's ambitious. It's ambitious on this green. Not easy green to turn the peg, is it, Mel?
No.
It's now 11-12, Simon Coupe off the mat. Well, you would think from there, Simon will play deep into the corner where he's just played against Gary Ellis. You'd think that would be the mark he'd be playing. Played it well in the semi-final. That's what he's doing. Gives himself two options if he counts this end in. He can either go back or come down this edge, this top edge that he's played successfully all day.
Nearly lost the jack.
Well,
Gone off.
oh no.
Oh, Simon will be disappointed there. He worked hard to get that block back after 2 or 3 hands. It's hard work in this heat as well, isn't it?
Colin's changed the mark now. I think this is what you was alluding to, Mel, about over that crown now.
That's right. And he played well against Colin Kelly for 2 or 3 hands over that middle. And it's hard, isn't it? It's gone straight over the top.
It's an absolute knife edge, isn't it? Either way, you look silly. Well, I don't think this is so bad. I think he's played one here, Simon. That's not so bad at all, that. That's a good ball. So when you lost the block, it's not a bad lead.
Colin's on its way.
Yeah, having a look this, you know. Having a look, Colin likes it. Just gone out.
I'm just checking with the referee.
Out for me, yeah. Yeah.
I'm having a jog after this.
I think he's put this to low. It will come back off that bank in there, but it's a long way to run to get another. See, there's two ways into that block now.
It is.
Colin just needs a little bit out of his first. This road was perfect. Played one here, you know. Touches the block for two. Certainly one. That's one to Colin.
It was a very good ball.
Yeah.
Oh, there, Mr. Redmond.
11 to Colin Beeman, the man from Shropshire. Back over that crown. Mel likes playing that crown.
Yeah, he'll always play off the middle of the green, Colin.
Certainly makes it harder with the left hand against the right. And then this gets on the peg now. Could be close. Could be close. Not a daft one.
Oh, they don't half swing at the death there, Keith.
Yeah, looks a good one. Good ball. Applause, tell you what they think of that.
Well, that ball there, the last yard, the peg a yard.
Yeah. That could have gone a little bit missing the block, but now then, Colin certainly reached. Certainly reached. Oh, top side. Well, opportunity for Simon to level this at 13 apiece now. There's one on, one ball to go.
You can't really knock Collins in, can you? Has he made the trip?
Looks short with this. Trying hard. Trying hard. Right, it's made another.
Kick them in.
13 apiece now then, Simon. Well, first of all, he needs to make sure he doesn't send a block off and then make a good lead.
Having a think about it.
Wants to go in this corner, doesn't he? Wants to come into this corner where he sent the block, but I think he's going for this green edge, man. That's what he thinks he can do. Run a bit more for a good one. Runs a bit more, it's a reel on this. Yeah, that's a good lead. Pleased with that. Just sending the block off last time. I think Colin looks short to me.
The danger is coming this way, Keith. The last few yards, they runs like hell, isn't it? And
yeah.
Tending to play a few short balls at times.
Here we go, missed the short one, missed the short one. Yeah. Lies two. Sort of beats one, he beats them both. He lies two there, Simon. Now then. Colin needs to run. Needs to run and miss that. No.
I think that's robbed it.
Yeah, I think you're right. The bad news is it could be two to Simon. It is. And that's the right time to take the lead. 15-13 to Simon.
Now he's going back up the corner.
Yeah, he's abandoned this bit down the edge.
And he finished off with Gary.
Yeah. They were saying in the interview there, Mel, that neither of them they can't even remember actually playing each other. So
Well, probably that's right.
yeah,
Colin's generally 11 or 12 for Shropshire County side.
yeah.
Doesn't enter many tournaments.
Oh, looks a good lead down there in that corner, deep into the corner. It's a big push. Well, it was a long time on the road. I think that's just stopped short. There we go. Second one's on its way. Played on the top side there. Just gets on the peg a little bit. That could lie. He could lie two there. Now then, Colin. Is it too long? Is it too low there?
Missed that one. Just come round.
Just come out a little bit, but there's nobody signalling. There's not a lot of movement with the crowd. I'm not sure that they know either.
Another golf buggy coming past there.
Two.
Kate.
Yeah, 2 to Simon. Well, 2-2s have just changed this game on its head. 17-13 Simon Count leads now.
The golf buggy missed you, Kate.
Yep.
No injury lawyers for us, client.
Bit like me with the golf, I keep missing the old buggy miss me. Back on this corner mark now, Simon.
17-13 Coupe.
Scored some chalks in the last hour or so on this mark. Put that down light. Turned his back on it, doesn't like it. Doesn't like it. Turned away as soon as he'd sent it.
Colin must get in. Don't have much more than that, room than that. Looks alright, Keith.
Yeah, I think that's a good ball. Be happy with that, Colin. Just wants to count this end, can't let Simon get any further in front. Trying here, you know, Mel. He's trying here. They do run a bit there. They do run a bit there. Just gone past.
No.
Just caught the downslope there when it looked like,
Looked
looked like for all the world it was coming to win it, and it's just caught the
just
downslope.
on top of
and
the
gone.
slope, isn't it?
Yep.
Anything past it, scoot on past.
Who's reach for
No,
this?
this one's too big as well.
Yeah, wants to miss everything with this. A bit carried away there. So it's 1 to Colin Beeman.
I stopped the rot.
Yeah. He's got the block back, 14-17 from the, as we go now. In this final, this Oceanico Masters. As you said, Mel, the first prize is €2,000. A title that has only ever been won by Gary Ellis, as he's won the last two. There's going to be a new name on the trophy this year. Will it be Simon Coupe or will it be Colin Beaman? Swinging off this crown again, like you said, Mel. Uses this crown all the time.
Yeah, looks alright now.
Yeah, played one. It's all about length coming off here. You know, if you're anything short, you look silly because you'll, go a long way off, and if you're too far, you'll whistle past. It's all about playing a length. Too far with this, Simon. Just what I said there. You see, looks worse than it is.
I've gone a long way through there.
Opportunity for Colin now, must play another good ball. 14-17 down, he's going to lie two here. Can he pass his own? Oh, just running the back of it. Beats one, he beats them both. Got to get by him as well.
The ball's in that position.
Got to come on the top side. The higher up the crown you play it, the more it throws back. Done the gap, can he stop? I think it's won it. I think it's won it. There's a few ripples. They're suggesting that ball's won it. Looks it for me, Mel. Yeah, it was a good ball, that.
Oh, a different one ball can make, Keith.
Well, that ball was looking at, we were looking at 16-17 to Colin Beaman. Now instead, it's 18-14 to Simon Coupe, and he's only 3 shots away from winning this 2011 Oceanico Masters title. And what a good end to the season Simon's had if he wins this. Retained his Waterloo crown. I think we said that's only about the 4th man in history to do that.
We couldn't think of all the names at the time, could we?
No.
Bernard Kelly, remember?
That was the man from
That's the
Hyde.
one we forgot, yeah.
From Hyde. Along with the great Brian Duncan. Gary Ellis.
Hello, son.
And who was the 4th? You're struggling, aren't you? Okay.
You've got me now, Mel. Who's the 4?
It's Arthur Murray, was it?
Was it? No, I don't think it was Arthur Murray.
I think it might have been.
I'll come back to you on that one.
Okay.
It is. He played a good lead. Second ball short.
Get on.
The bad news is it might have limped him to another. Colin's not asked yet. Now he asks. Not easy with that ball. Then.
Simon admits that he's got doll's eyes at times, Simon.
Yeah. Yeah. He thinks it's given up Simon's ball, but sometimes difficult to tell with that ball in. Exactly, Simon. That's what Simon's just said. Of course, you can't take it out to have a look. You've got to make a judgment with that in.
Colin's
This is a big end.
I'm going to wander over.
Of course, if it's only one, Colin's certainly going to play a reacher at that. And if it is 2, he'll have to try and bowl to save and win.
I think Colin's looking to play with pace at it if it's just the one, isn't it? Although I'm not sure you can see it.
No.
The lie of the short ball. Simon then having a sit down and a rest with the organiser there, Mr. James Parker.
Yeah, that's hardly surprising. This is their 5th game of bowls today and the temperature's been hitting the 90s today. He thinks it's only 1.
Yeah.
He thinks it's only 1 with the way he's played that.
I think Jimmy was giving Simon some tips.
I don't think Jimmy could give him any tips unless they were for Cheltenham. I don't think they'll be on bowling. Simon's saying put the pegs on. Letters and postcard to Mel Evans or emails at Crown Green Bowls if you know the other 4th member of the quartet that's won the Waterloo back-to-back.
I still think it's Arthur Murray.
What year did Arthur win it?
I'm not sure. One end he chucked the mat in, didn't he, remember? Thought he'd lost against Harry Smith, was it? Threw the mat in and he was in. We'll find out later, but it's Murray for me.
There's only 1 at this end. It's 1 to Simon Coupe. He goes to 19-14. He's 2 chalks away from victory. He's beaten the spring Waterloo winner.
About an hour ago he wouldn't have thought he was going to be in this position.
No, he was 19-12 down with defending champion Gary Ellis. And for all the world, it looked like he was out. But things have changed round. And now he leads. He can be up at this end. Playing thumb peg down into this corner. It's a right push. It's a reach. And he's played one here, you know, Mel. This is as good a lead as he's played nearly all day. Smack in front.
Just when he wants one.
Left hander, Colin Beaman. Up and over this crown and on its way down. Took a bit of a bump then. Don't know it's done it a world of good. Rob did it's trying. It's just giving up for me. Pointing off Richard Goddard in the corner there tells you. Simon Coupe, he's now going to lie game.
Must keep off the short ball,
Yeah,
the one
he's
on the
playing
right
on the bottom
there.
side, but he'll be too far underneath. That's what happens, you see. You just put it underneath and it stays down. Colin, he's certain to reach at this. Certain to be there.
2 options, either knock out Simons or just plant his own. He's near.
Trying. Oh, got it, but I don't think he's shifted it completely. He's a bit unlucky there. He's hit what he's gone for. And I think that ball stayed in.
Yeah, Simon's
Yeah, he's a,
signal.
you have to say he's unlucky with that. He's played the ball he wanted, hit it full, and it stayed in. Bit unlucky there, Colin. Now 2014, Simon Coupe.
It's been a good crowd again today as well, isn't it?
Yep.
Compared to some of the previous years.
People have been fighting for the shade today, would you believe? Most people want the sunshine, they've been fighting for the shade today. It's been that hot. Here we go. This looks like a good lead. This looks like a good lead at 2014. It's a real lead.
Well, that's the one for the title. You couldn't wish for any better at
The only
20.
thing for Colin, it's finished right at the side of the jack. He has to be up onto it.
Give it a chance.
Well,
I think Simon will be trying to put one in front. Might finish in a good position here.
well, yeah, he's got to get by that ball now. He lies 2, he only needs 1.
That
Colin
must be
Beeman.
smack
knows what he
bang
has to
in the
do.
road, that.
He has to get hold of the block. If he gets the block, he can run it through to his back ball for 2. He's looking at it, it's on its way.
Here it comes.
He's certainly
Still
reached.
watching it.
Got a chance, done the block!
He's done it.
Oh,
that
what a
was
good
great
ball.
shot.
What a good ball. He's halved it to his back ball, he counts 1. But he stays in this final. Missing him without.
Well, it's so hard to hit them over that middle as well.
That was a good ball, that. Good ball, Colin. 1, 15, 20.
He's not out of this. I
No,
said
3
before,
3 2s.
he leads well, Colin. Gone in a different position now.
Played a bit longer. He's played a bit longer length than I thought he might have played there. It's not easy bit of land, this. If he plays a good one, little peg at the end. Just underneath, just a fraction underneath. It's a good lead there.
Good lead, good length.
Simon, certainly too far. Certainly too far.
I don't think Colin likes this one.
No. Well, if it grinds round on the peg now, it won't be a daft one. Simon, not even a straight down, knows what he's got to do. He's got to beat that ball. It's about 1 yard away. Has to run. Something tells me it's not on the land. Well, that was definitely the left hand against the right, that.
Well,
Simon couldn't put his balls on the road there.
game on again now.
It's now 17-20. Colin Beeman can be up in 2 ends, but Simon Coupe needs 1 short for the title and €2,000. Colin Beeman, Shropshire. Right over this crown again here. While this is like a spine's back, it's a knife edge. As we just saw the other way with Simon's ball. So vital to make a lead. So vital. I think it's a good one, Mel. More than a good one.
What about that?
Simon's to near us. To near us. Again, it's the left against right hand there.
If he gets two here, it'll be interesting. We've had two tremendous semi-finals and we could have another nail-biter to the final.
This is definitely a mark, left hand against right.
He's after it here.
He's encouraging it on, it's going to get another. I think you'll see Simon hit them. I think the big guns will be firing here.
Well, here it comes.
He's playing with weight.
He's playing with a run.
He's a better road than last time. He's a better road than last time. Game on. Game on.
He's come from the dead.
He was 20-14 down. He's had a 1 and 2 twos to bring him back to 19-20. The last two ends, Simon hasn't put a ball on the road. That's the difference on this green. You're never out of it, are you, Mel?
Oh, he's used his left hand and he's used the crown to perfection. Can he do it again? So he just needs to do it one more end. He needs to do it just one more time.
Virtually the same area of land he's gone right off the top of that crown. Coming round now. Length looks alright. Road looks alright. Great ball. Is Colin Beaman going to do to Simon what Simon's just done to Gary Ellis?
I said all along what a good leader is.
This can't run.
The peg there.
It can't run now. Oh. It's this ball. Can he lie game with this ball? He's got to run. I don't know whether he's reached. He's got to run. He passes that ball. He lies game.
Well.
Oh, he's beat his first ball.
Well, now it's hold your breath time, Colin.
He's got nothing left to do but strike here.
Can't do anything more, can he? Oh, he's striking.
Looking. It's over. Colin Beeman has come back from the dead. He was 20-14 down. He's had a great run. We talked earlier on about this left against right hand, and he's prevailed.
I've also said, you know, he's one of the best leaders of the Jack anywhere, and he's just done it for the last 3 or 4 ends.
Fantastic balls there.
Oh, what a final.
Huge congratulations to Colin Beeman there. I think a lot of people around here thought that the final was over, just like they thought the semi-final with Coupe and Ellis was over, but well done Colin Beeman there.
Well, we've had 2 amazing semi-finals and a final. There he is again, the congratulations from some of his Shropshire mates.
Yeah, his wife's there as well. Is it a little girl?
His wife Sheridan there. They brought the little baby with them.
Yeah, doesn't look very old.
No, I was talking to him earlier and he was contemplating whether to come or not and bring the little one, but I bet he's glad he come now.
Well, that was a fantastic comeback there. He did look dead and buried there, but we've said it all on this screen. He'd make a few leads and that left against right hand there. Simon couldn't put his balls on the road. He did at the last end, but the 2 previous ends, he couldn't get his balls on the road, and as a result, Colin had to pick some good leads, and he did.
And he's just had a deserved kiss from his wife to round off the day.